Oh yeah. Yo, how y'all doing today? It is your favorite rapper, the best film writer and director in St. Louis, Facts, award-winning published author, the activist business owner, Lacey G Souldier Turner. And today we are here with one of the most iconic figures, you know what I'm saying? Part of the biggest hip hop group to come out of St. Louis, the St. Lunatics. He's been doing this fashion thing. I've been checking him out. He's been selling his clothes and everything. We got Ali Papa Leezy from St. Lunatics here, man. Welcome to the show, brother.
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Living life, man. I don't know if you remember back in the days when we was doing a battle rap, you know, you was checking us out on the street status and everything. You had gave me some love. So I appreciate that. So
no doubt, no doubt.
All right, let's hop right into it, man. The first question: where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing?
I was born downtown St. Louis, Missouri. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. I say, I forget the name of the hospital. It was over there about, you know, Wolet on Kings Highway.
Yes, sir.
It used to be Homer G. Phillips, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, born downtown, Cross Square Village, raised in the north side, like over there, like off the Circle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 8800 block over there. It's not the Hall's favorite circle. It's not the Riverview.
You know, everybody gonna be like, "Oh, you talking about the Riverview Circle?"
No, it's called the Circle. For us that live over there, we'd be like, "No, stop calling it that. It's a circle." And at that point, that's where everything meets. So it could be called the 367 Circle. It could be called the Hall's Ferry Circle. It could be called the Broadway Circle. It could be called Riverview, Goodfellow Circle. But it's just the circle. So that's where I born downtown, Cross Square Village, raised north side. Type of upbringing was I'm the youngest of 10, youngest of 7. The one that's closest to my age is 10 years older than me. R.I.P. my sister Jackie, she just passed away a couple months back. And I was, you know what I'm saying, I was raised a little bit different. My upbringing was a little bit a two-parent home. All the sisters and brothers I had. Also, what was different, my parents were older, you know what I'm saying? So they when they had me, they was 34 and 36. You know what I'm saying? So I'm an old soul.
Okay.
You got to think that my father. The crazy part is true. My father was the youngest. My grandmother had my father when she was 46. You know what I'm saying? So my father was born in 1936.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was. I got this on in the car. Is that giving feedback or anything?
I can hear you clear.
Yeah. Nah, but so she was born in. She had him when she was born in. When she was 46. He was born in 36. So my grandmother, my wife was making knowledge born to me. Your grandmother was born in 1891. 1893. 1891, I think. So my grandmother was born in 1800. My grandmother, like your grandmother might have been born like in the 40s or
40s or the 50s.
Yeah. Nah, that was my sister.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? My
mama
was born in
a Roots series with your family.
Yeah, so I'm just one generation off from damn near slavery. You know what I'm saying? I was damn one generation off. My grandmother was, if she could be alive right now, she would see, damn, my grandson got a car with a TV and or you know what I'm saying? She would see things and be like, his phone, he talking on the phone.
Yeah,
she was born in 1890. My grandmother, her grandson.
That's crazy.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm just a kid of the project. So that's Cross Square Village. So of course, my brand is Prep League. I'm always in polo and all that kind of shit. Because whenever you see somebody that's from the projects like us, we always try to look like we wasn't from the projects. Duck boots, LL Beans, you really preppy. Majority of the time when you grew up and you seen people in like Dickies and dressed like that, it was a lot of times from the county. It was a vice versa. They was trying to compensate, and we was trying to compensate. We was poor, you know what I'm saying? We from the project, so we was trying to compensate, look a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And people that was further out, it wasn't lame or nothing. It was just they had to kind of prove something, like a dark skin, light skin thing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this: how did you get into music? How did you start doing music?
Well, my father, he owned 3 record stores. We used to call Third World Records. He had 2 in Detroit and 1 in St. Louis. So I was always just into music, just about being around it. And then being born in 72. So when hip hop hit, you know what I'm saying, I had it, you know what I'm saying? So this thing, I'm born in 72. By the time hip hop hit, I'm 6. My sister's 16. So I'm since I was 3 years old, I never jumped off the porch. I was never allowed on the porch because I had to go with them. You know what I'm saying? She's 13, I got to go with her. And the one, so it's from my age, it's one from 10 years close to my age to the oldest that's 17 years older than me. So I always had to go with them. I went to Steinberg at 3 years old. So I've been out in clubbing with the shits since I was 3.
Hey, that's crazy. You a
Steinberg
baby.
Yeah, so I never jumped off the porch. I never was on the porch. You know what I'm saying? I was smoking sticks. I was smoking water by the time I was 13.
That's crazy. Was Bone Thugs out there? And I remember Bone used to talk about that.
Nah, that was in, I was 13, so it was 86, 87. I was 13. I was already smoking sticks. That was years before that, but that was just, you know, it wasn't like an everyday thing. We just as a kid, we was trying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? About the older brother, I'm watching his partners do shit like that. They slamming the motherfuckers. So it's just, you know, being a boy and shit. So it's like, I've always been way older than I, you know what I'm saying, come across. So now music was just me and being around older. So hip hop, I was always there for. So just in my age, you know what I'm saying? Always being an older person, an older soul, you know what I'm saying? So music was always a part of me though.
So, you know, you being part of the iconic group, the St. Lunatics, how did the group form?
The group formed when I left college. I was in college. I was in another group. Me and my partner, we was both cancers. We was called the 69 Kings. It was like that, how the cancer sign is that looked like a 69. So I left there. I was in college, and I got to college and shit. I was learning like, damn. I was seeing a bunch of cats from New York. I seen a bunch of cats from out of town, and they told me one time we was in a room. They said it was a bunch of us. Might have been 25 of us smoking blunts, and we had just started smoking. They just was as popular. New York dudes that showed them to us, and we was out there smoking and shit. And everybody was teasing everybody. We was teasing the New York people from being from New York. We was teasing how they talk. We was teasing LA, you know, part of California and Vallejo and up, you know, up Northern Cali and, you know, all of LA and all that. Said they talk proper, and we was teasing Georgia about how they what up, shouty you. And and I'm just laughing at everybody. They even came to me and was like, Ali, you country too. And they said, you be saying her and her and her. And it's back in 91. Yeah, so it's back in 91. So that's when I was like, it just hit me. I never knew we said her or there. And none of that. I didn't know the difference that we had that in us. So they called us country. In the country, you know, St. Louis, it was like tacky. At first, it was like, so we had flack. We named the album Country Grammar. At first, when people first heard it was gonna be called Country Grammar, people was mad, like, well, y'all calling it country? We ain't country. Look here, bro. If we ain't country, there ain't no country. If Missouri is not the middle of the map, but that's where the country, the heartland is, you know what I'm saying? So that, you know what I'm saying, that's where just school, coming home, and I had signed a deal with Professor Griff. He just got put out of Public Enemy. So I signed a deal with him. And then when I came home, I started a group. I just wanted give me some rappers. I ain't pick them. I ain't choose them. Just give me some rappers. A bunch of them came over. I started talking about what I wanted to do. And a lot of them just started leaving. And five or six who stayed, them were the ones. I just started. So I didn't get a chance to hand pick them. I didn't get a chance to give me Jule. Give me, you know what I'm saying? Because Jule was out there. I used to be around his brother, Big Brother Free. So you know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to do that. I just said, give me some rappers because it don't make no difference who they are. The plan I got is gonna work, period. Because it's just about it's about the plan. It's about manifesting St. Louis in a rhyme, like Goody Mob and the Dungeon Family. They was giving you, I've been to Georgia, so I knew Jermaine Dupri was Georgia and he was, you know, Atlanta, but he wasn't real. He you know, he in his heart he was, but he wasn't giving us real Atlanta. Flip flops and socks and the Goody Mob and the Dungeon Family and Outkast, when they came with that look, I had just left them like, that's real Atlanta. And they made it hip hop, so I knew when I went home, I knew the formula of how I was supposed to do it and how I was supposed to. And let's put the emphasis on her and her and her. And so I just went home. I went home. I just started a group. Just started it. You know what I'm saying? Just like a clubhouse. And for 2 years, I just talked. I just talked about bars, what bars was, what delivery was, how I should go, and we just talked.
Okay. When Country Grammar hit and Free City hit, how was it like in the city, and did your life change overnight?
Yeah. When the album hit, it wasn't pressure like that. It was a overnight change in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Was the city was looking at us and, you know what I'm saying, could we do it? Could we? I knew it was gonna, take off. I don't care what, you know what I'm saying? I'm done with them days of just hiding who I am and not saying, like, I've been saying diamond. I've been saying diamond. I've been saying diamond. And they all will tell you, you know what I'm saying? Even the ones that don't want to tell you the truth will tell you. Ali was saying diamond, you know what I'm saying? So I just knew it was just north, south, east, west coast enough. We had all them different us and us. That bass that we got from the West Coast, that flow we got from the East Coast, that soul we brought from the South, and us, and being in the middle of the map, having all that, it was going to be able to touch every part of the world, the United States anyway. So it was a big thing. I remember specifically one time it was we did the MTV Awards, and like, oh man, his pants was sagging, but I know we left that day, and we was gone about a week or two. And we came back home after that MTV Awards performance, and we was famous. I remember that. We went to the club, and girls that I've been knowing since 2nd grade screaming and wanting autographs and shit. I was like, man, this shit different. You know what I'm saying? And so it just did. My father, even my father was different. I could lean, you can't put your feet on the table. Shit, I didn't put my feet on the table. He didn't put my feet on the table. Put your feet up, boy. Damn. Right? It was just different. Yeah, it was different. We felt the difference.
So like Free City, that was like a dope album. Why y'all ain't never like do a part 2 or come out with a new album as the same Lunatics?
We was because Universal really wasn't tripping like that. After we had came out and then Country Grammar did what it did. Like Country Grammar and EI took us like 3 million records sold. Then we dropped Ride With Me, and that took us to like 9 million. So that label was just channeled in on, just give us another Ride With Me. That was the most money they had. You know what I'm saying? We changed that whole building. Like, they had Cash Money, but Cash Money had a great deal. Cash Money was like 80% them, 20% Universal. Our shit was like, damn it, a flip. So of course Universal just only focused on us. Like, shit, we making 80% off them, and they doubled. Shout out to Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? But oh boy, doubled Juvenile sales. Juvenile did 5, he did 10. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different, it was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
But that's basic. You know what I'm saying? It was different.
All right. How did you feel? What was your mindset going into creating Heavy Starch, and how did you feel when it was released?
Hold on, let me finish. I lost my train of thought. The reason why, let me ask you a real question. The reason why it wasn't the City Free, for one thing, we was waiting on City to come on. So that's what we was waiting on. And then 2, like I said, the label was just chasing the Ride With Me's. You know
they didn't want to hear y'all other stuff. They just wanted that one sound.
Nah, they didn't like Air Force Ones.
What?
They didn't like grills. They ain't like grills. It was too urban. They were urban records that became popular. So yeah, Grills is a pop song right now. Air Force One is a popular song, but it started off with this is an urban record. So they never really cared about that. So when those songs were #1, they were shocked. They didn't like Country Grammar. The song Down Down Baby.
That's crazy.
They wanted to go straight with Ride With Me. They knew that was the one that was gonna get white America, black America. They just knew that was the one. So that, and then 2 was like we saying, waiting on City to come home. And then 3, it wasn't no interest in that, you know what I'm saying, in the group at that point like that. You know what I'm saying? It was, even though we sold almost 3 million records, it still was, you know what I'm saying, you had one person leading the boat. So one person leading the boat, so it was,
All
They
right.
was gonna focus on that.
Was Tip Drill under there? Was that under the company?
Yeah, that was just part of an album that was like it was a certain amount of album deal that old boy had that was like a 6 or 7 album deal or something like that. So that just the remix versions of like, let's do a remix version of because we didn't do remixes because we don't like remixes. We do a remix. What if your remix becomes better than the original? You know what I'm saying? Like you got some remixes out there that's better than the original, like Flavor in Your Ear with Craig Mack and Biggie and all them on there. Like Craig Mack can't even perform the song at the time because the remix is better. So we just gave him an album full of remixes, and Tip Drill was just a remix to EI basically.
Yeah.
And it's something we just freestyled it.
Yeah, okay.
Just went there freestyle and just went, my turn. I go in, give me a second, You know what I'm saying? I said, it ain't no fun as we all get some. I need a Tip Drill. And then just repeat the same thing. That's it. Come out, let Murph do his thing. But yeah, by the time we got to that point, by the time we got to my album, we went to Country Grammar, then Free City. Then by the time we got to my album, that was the third album for me. See, people don't ever look at that like that. Like, damn, so how did your album do? Like, shit, I was on my third album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm saying I
know you wrote a lot of the songs and
I wrote a lot of the songs on that one. Then I wrote every hook and chose every beat on Free City. So had I not did that, my whole album would have been like, the double B stands for the boom, the boom. That's why I came out next, because I had the best solo song on Free City. Right? The double B stands for the boom, the boom. That was the best solo song on there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I came out next. They was like, they watched me write all these songs. They watched me put all these together. They watched me help Miss Toy do records. They watched me help do, you know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, he coming out next. Then we had went to a club in New York called Speed, and we did a freestyle, and I rapped over this Shine. Oh, should we do what? I was hip to that was a hot beat in New York. And I rapped over that beat, and I rapped real quick and fast, and the crowd erupted. Universal was there. So people never understand is that give me some slack, give me some credit. You know what I'm saying? If I have 2 banging albums and my third album don't do good, or if T.I. have 2 banging albums and his third album ain't that good, you know what I'm saying? You look at it different. You don't know. I'm my third album. Country Grammar, my first one. All that Batter Up, that's mine. Let's Make a Million, Keep It Real, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that, man. The second 2 verses of the EI, man, don't let me. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let me up to let you know what I did up to this.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's not fair to me. Like, damn, somebody say something. Like, I done wrote 10 of these songs. You know what I'm saying? Go to another album. I write, okay. All right. I'm like, okay, all this, all right. You know what I'm saying? Every hook, it may be except for like 1 or 2. Even I'm more scandalous for Murph. You know what I'm saying? Scandal, you don't want to roll where I can go. I wrote here we
Alita wrote a lot of stuff.
Here we come now, girl. All over. Polo down from the sky to the ground. Sipping Alizé, steady puffing on a pound. Holla, whoa, I could play to you that song that came from a verse that I had back in 95.
So how you feel about not getting your credit though? You know what I'm saying? Like you did all this type of stuff.
We talked about that on the phone, you know what I'm saying? We talked about that, what's going on. So I'm gonna get the credit is, but for me, I've been, you know what I'm saying, just lately I've been learning that, you know what I'm saying, my relationship with my God, you know what I'm saying, is it's asking me, what's more important? The credit or your just due? You know what I'm saying? Because people don't want the truth. You know what I'm saying? Not in St. Louis not right now. I understand. I understand too. Some people are like, man, you could tear up a legacy doing this, Ali. I'm like, man, but y'all don't understand. If y'all had an understanding of certain things, then y'all would look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wouldn't even be bothering nobody. Like, yo, help me get on. You wouldn't ask certain people that. You would ask me. Because that's what I do. I make stars. You know what I'm saying? I make stars. Like, so I'm like, but if we don't tell y'all that, then y'all don't know. You don't know that Batter Up was a beat that Stevie Blast made. It's only 4 instruments in Batter Up. He made it, didn't want it, was throwing it away. Let me get that. No, man, I can make better beats. Let me get that beat dope. Man, no, please let me get that. We go 5 minutes. Let me get that. He give it to me. You can have it. I take it home. 3 days later, come back. It's batter up. A year later, we get a record deal that's on the album. I give him the beat back so he can get the publishing off of it.
That's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? But even that producer didn't want that beat. I seen, I'm like, yo, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be big. And now he getting paid. He ate off that. I never ate off that record. I wrote it. I chose the beat, argued with the producer who wanted to throw it away, came up with the concept, put the Jefferson's hook on the thing, then set rehearsed the swing, gave it the concept. We're gonna talk about this, that, and third, and I ain't never made a dime off of it.
That's crazy. So you done helped a lot of people out here, basically.
Yeah.
So what about your heavy
almost-
starch though? How was your was your mindset like creating that? And then when
It
you
was real. It was Heavy Starch was real schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying? And it was schizophrenic for a reason, because I didn't know what to do. I had this good wrote y'all the album, and it was the biggest selling debut album in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? I just wrote Country Mountain. So I'm thinking like, damn, should I try to rap like that? Then I just wrote all the hooks and all the put together a group album that double, triple platinum. So should I write like that? Or should I go into how I write? You know what I'm saying? Real hip hoppy. And so I gave you 4 songs me, 4 songs Lunatics, and 4 songs Nelly. So it's real schizophrenic. So people are like, where is he going with this album? I didn't know. I'm like, damn, I'm on my 3rd album.
Yeah.
On my 3rd album, I'm like, damn, the first one sold 10 million. The second one sold 3 million. Damn, what do I do? If it ain't broke, don't fix it? Or should I do something different? I just kind of gave you, but what I do love about that album, my Heavy Starch, is that now, 20 years later, people that was 10, people that was 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years old, now 35 and shit, like, yo, you said don't eat sodium nitrate or monosodium glutamate. You said this, you been talking about that. Like, man, this is for the future. My type of ride gonna be for the future, to where you gonna, to where that feels really good for people to hit me in my DM like, yo, and say, yo, that might be the best out of all of them. I mean, even if it's 100 people, it's like, yep, that's what it was for. It was to put some little seriousness in it. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just coming off a bunch of party records. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do as well. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as of today, it still did 70,000 first week. But that's crazy today. You know what I'm saying? If somebody do 70,000 a day right now, that's
yeah,
major.
Yeah, facts. So I see you been doing Kiwan, my boy. So I say y'all did to talk that shit time, man. How that come about? Is y'all gonna come together, do an album? What's going on with that?
Yeah, we might be doing like 6 songs recently. And we did talk to shit time. It was a beat my little nephew named, a producer named Zoom. Right? My nephew Zoom. That's my biological. He made that track. He number 16, just turned 17. He make beats. When I got the beats, that was always a Kiwan flow. Kiwan always had that. And I knew that Kiwan was going, he could run this time. He could bring us back. He got like a Juicy J. Juicy J had a reinvention, could come in because his style he had was more prevalent right now. You know what I'm saying? Kiwan was the most St. Louis. He always kept the most St. Louis out of all of us. You know what I'm saying? Just how he kept he had the flow like an East Coast, but he still kept it more St. Louis with his accent, his talking things and nature. So when I got the beat, I was Kiwan could have had an album, but Kiwan was more focused on something else. Kiwan was designing vocal. You know what I'm saying? He was designing album bottle. He was doing so much more for us than, when I first put the group together, I had one-on-one sit-downs with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And Kiwan, me and him had an understanding what he wanted to do and what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Rapping is just an avenue to get to a bunch of other shit for him. You know what I'm saying? So he was keeping us fresh with the double headbands. He was staying sharp on the end, the fashion king. You know what I'm saying? So if we wanted an album out of him, all we have to do is sit down with him. That's all I had to do was sit down with him. Because every time he recorded, I set the booth with him. It's time for Kiwan to record. I come in and set the booth with him because I know he just write. So he'd just write past the margin sometimes. So I'd be like, okay, keep that, take off and the at the end. He'd be like, bet he'd do that line again, take off and the, we punch it, and then we'll work his verse on down. All we do with Keywan, if we want him to have an album, is just sit down and make an album with Keywan. He gonna have the words, just put it together for him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever cared about that. You know what I'm saying? And then whoever was in charge or the head of us wasn't focused on that. They was focused on them. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, that's just the truth. We could have had an album, Keywan Art, and then talk that shit time with some. I sat down and said, okay, bust around Keywan. He got the busting around. You know what I'm saying? And he said, walking the bank like big time. Just that's his verse.
Yeah.
And then after he did his verse, I said, boom. He said, let's come up with a hook. I said, we already got it. And I just took that, talking to him like big time, made that the hook.
Yeah.
And so he was in there like, ooh. I'm like, I can do it. Like, you know, this. And then everybody like, if you go to video and look at the comments, everybody like, man, Keywan usually don't, but man, he killed this one. You know what I'm saying? He could have killed any of this. It had we take our time to our brother and dedicate to it's Keywan turn now. You know what I'm saying? Let's encourage him. Let's go. We got your back. We got your back. Everybody and have everybody back.
Okay.
That's
Well, you know, put on this for this topic right here. I've been saying you've been doing the Bars to Live by series. That's my era, man. What made you start doing that, man? I love that, man.
Let me start. The Bars to Live by started. It grew. It grew. It was just something I started out just waiting on my wife. I was at Whole Foods and I was doing the Cares One, you know what I'm saying? Teachers teaching, do the world good. Kings is ruling, most never understood. You know what I'm saying? Then it said, am I wrong? Am I wrong? That was the first one I did, was just that. After that, people just kept saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. But then I ain't never getting flagged so bad by IG, because I get paid for IG. So I get paid, so they flagged me so much to I had to like change and take a break from it just to do it different, so I could start muting out the cuss words and certain things, because that's what was getting it flat.
Let
not
you
even
pay
flag.
Your honor to the greats, the hip hop greats.
Right. Yeah. So, but nah, it's so fun to do that. You know what I'm saying? I was just having fun every day, hopping up, and I was just doing them off of my mind, off of my thought. I wasn't even looking up the words, and then they were just all the songs that I really wanted to. That I wanted to figure out a way to kind of go into, because when I slow it down and rap it like that, people hear it different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to like slow down, like, want to take off rhymes or something like, woo, you didn't hear he said that?
Yeah,
like you didn't, like you kind of missed it. I be tripping. I listen to the youngsters and shit. So that's that Boys Live By was a big thing. I'll bring that back. I just chill for a second.
Definitely, man. So what are some challenges you have faced in the industry?
Challenges I faced was not being prepared for fame. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can't give you. I can give you, let's go on a shopping spree. I can give you that. Let's go on, let's go buy some cars. Let's go to the strip club and get ours going back to the room with 20 girls and have a big old crazy fest. I can give you all that. The only thing I can't give you is the fame. And that fame, to me, is like the devil selling your soul to the devil part. Even if you ain't got to do nothing crazy. It's just once you get that fame, you can't return it. And you don't know if you like it until you get it. And when we got it, me and Murph didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? So that was a part of the reason why we really didn't go further, because we didn't follow up like we supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Me and Murph dodged interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was like, let me know. Let him know. I ain't trying to ask him.
Nah, but I just love your persistency. That's another test thing with me. Like, who gonna keep on? Who gonna keep on?
Definitely.
And who gonna maintain their cool and everything? I'm talking about every day, y'all. This man think every day politely. Boom today, boom today, boom today, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I got to give him to him because he wanted. So. But that was a problem for us back then. We didn't, me and Murph, we shied away from him. We get that fame, man. You don't know if you want that. You be eating somewhere out with your family at a restaurant. The people looking from the back, look out the back door that's cooking your food. Man, do they like you? Or do they not like you? If they're liking you or hooking your food up, or are they spitting in it? You know what I'm saying? That paranoia eats you up. Like, man, I want to go home. I just want the paper and I want to go home. I was ready to quit back in 2004. Like,
Yeah.
we got enough money. We got enough money, man. I can go home and open liquor stores and just be chilling. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to these parties. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be around them. I don't, that's they lame. They look what they doing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no door that's been open that we couldn't go in. You know what I'm saying? Only dudes moving units, MPM using us. That was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no doors that well, y'all wasn't big enough to go in that door. You a lie. Ain't nobody been bigger than us.
Right.
Nobody has ever went from shit to sugar bigger than we have. Because nobody, I mean, you have to relate it off from your first album and you come out, nobody has ever went diamond. Nobody ever in hip hop come out and go diamond. So we went from motels to 5-star overnight, like boom. So I just wanted to go home. I'm like, man, and that's what even some people said in the interview, like you always had to go get Ali. He never. I just wanted to go home, man. I'm right now, y'all. I'm at a soccer field. You know what I'm saying? I get done with this interview. I'm finna go over here to the soccer game, my daughter game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm 49. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I always wanted to do. Even at 31, even at 27, I've been out in the club since I was 3. I was at Club New Edition on the east side, a little hole in the wall. I was 12, 13 years old. Dressed up like I was big, had a mustache. I've been 6'4", 6'5" since I was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I'm done with this. By the time I was 27, 28, man, come on, well, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of club. I've been clubbing. Niggas jump off the porch at 12, 13, 14, 15. You crazy? I was already on PCP.
Hey man, what's your greatest accomplishment you think in the whole industry, or just period to you?
And my accomplishment is just the cultural change. I created a rap style Midwest swing. That's the longest running trend in hip hop history. In the 80s, the 70s, 80s, they rap like, now let me tell you how it goes. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s, they added a couple of more words to it. That, you know what I'm saying? Rakim, LL, and them. By the time of the 90s, it went a whole 10 years of little, we little, bit, we're looking bit, you know what I'm saying? By the time we came out in 2000, it started something, but like every 10 years it changed. We started a sing-song style that has been running for 22 years.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Migos, everybody after this.
Everybody. Migos are out with every city, they pay big homage. I love them. So every song they was in St. Louis, I'm a lunatic. Straight out country, straight out North Atlanta, talking country grammar. They always showed us love. I got pictures of them when they was at the Band-Aids. I was him, I was Nelly, I was Keith, I was Murphy, I was, you know what I'm saying? I got so many things, like this cultural impact changes. You know what I'm saying? I made Nike $28 billion. I wrote the song and came up with a concept of a song that is the #1 athletic shoe. I sold more shoes than Jordan. Right up.
Air Force
by far. It ain't even close. I sold more shoes than Jordan. They ain't even close.
Do you
you know what I'm saying?
Is it any St. Louis up and coming artists you looking at? You think dope?
A lot of them dope. That's why I was doing the bar test check. That's why I started doing a lot of things, because I know 90% of the artists that's popping right now from Little St. Louis, he started out on my mixtapes. SAG Live, my mixtape, JGE on my mixtapes, to all the way up to the present day, to where on my mixtapes back in 10, 11, I had $1 billion trillion dollar beats. I named $1 billion trillion dollar beats. I named him that. You know what I'm saying? To where Lil Half said one time, he say, Metro Boomin been clowning. He the man. But for our generation, from like 2010 on to like 17, 18, Lil Half say, I think it's $1 billion trillion dollar beats. His first placement was on my mixtape. I said in the booth before the song, I said, "What's your name?" He said, a $1 billion beats. And Little St. Louis had brought him over to him. Little St. Louis said, no, it's $1 trillion beats. I said, hold on, okay, cool. Started the beat off. I said, $1 billion trillion beats. That became his name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't open door for him. Open door for this one. And my next CD. So whenever I get on social media and I say, yo, Blow Mob nasty. That, even though they have a little, they running a little bit, when I say it, I watch it. I watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? And then next time it's in the magazines 2 years later, the hottest in the city, Blow Mob, and them, all the people I've been putting on my page. All the people I put them, nobody else put them on their page. If I say they crazy, you know what I'm saying? Lil Dog them had a song called All My Life Been in the Trenches. I got to get it. I paid them on Instagram back to back. Then I made a post said, man, I'm coming to your house. If you don't give me that, send me that song, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to your computer. I'm taking it. I got it here. I'm tired of listening to this clip. Lil Dog mama DM me and said, Ali, I want to thank you. All that you did got him on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I gotta get from behind this situation that's blocking me from helping everybody else. Flat out. Flat out. I'm listening, y'all. I gotta get from behind this situation that's blocking me from helping everybody else, because that's what I love to do. Put you on. But when I put you on, when you buy your mama house, only requirement is I need to be there too. I ain't gotta speak. I didn't let me know so I can see her cry, see you hug her. That's my reward. You know what I'm saying? That I want to see that. I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get back. I ain't went no 20 years. I ain't took no Murph and Keywan and know everybody and taught them how to rap, and then I can't do it again. I ain't get a second chance. That's the biggest explosion in hip hop. I ain't get a second chance, but he get a second chance, and this dude over here and in New York dude, he get 2 or 3 chances. I don't get a second one. I did all of them. Nah, somebody blocking something. Somebody, it took me a long time as a cancer to realize, to believe it, to understand somebody blocking something. They ain't blocking me. I'm good, cause I'm just gonna, as long as I'm always gonna help you. But nah, you ain't helping nobody else, because I know what you can do, because I know what you did with me. So I know what you could do. You could take that motherfucker there and make him a star, because you can make.
I got you. All right.
Shit.
I got you. I got 2 more questions for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to like up and coming rappers, or any artists like trying to get into the industry? I know you done been, like you say, you done been years in this. What advice would you give to them?
Never stop. Just never stop. Keep going. Do as many as you can. Put them all up right now. My advice: keep making songs every day, upload them to iTunes and everything, SoundCloud, wherever you go. So when you finally catch that one record, then when they go and people go look for you, who is Fresh Dog MC? You already got 35 songs up there. They're gonna get them all. So never. And then if you 48 years old, keep rapping. If you 40, 41, keep rapping. Never let your dream go. Shit, my brother, Chitty Boy, brother 2 Chainz, he ain't get hot to 37. You know what I'm saying? 38.
I say that all the time too. We the only genre where they be like, "You too old to rap." I'm like, how? It's like you never too old.
It's endless. The content just changes, but don't never, because it's therapy for some people. I did 2 albums, Black Gold, which my 2 best albums to me is Black Gold and Rose Gold, and I did them as therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can hear them, that's dope, but I ain't finna stop rapping for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I stop? If I'm an artist, why would I? I'm too old to paint now. Fuck out of here. Keep doing your dreams. Handle your responsibility. If you got a wife and kids, handle your responsibility, but set a certain amount of money aside that don't fuck with the family. That don't do that, but always set a certain amount aside to follow your dream. And I also encourage your wife that want to make gloves or knit hats, encourage her to go and follow her dreams. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna stay happy, follow your dreams, and you never, you know what I'm saying, never stop that. Because we was all, for the one thing, for men and women, you know what I'm saying, I'm a man, but I'm a boy first. Boy first. I was a boy first. I can't turn my back on that boy. When he was there, I was a boy first. You know what I'm saying? And boys, I'm always gonna be a boy. I'm always gonna do dumb shit and, like, you know what I'm saying? To my wife, I said, don't ever underestimate how smart I am or how stupid I am. I'm a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm smart and I'm just can totally miss some shit. Like, she's like, don't do that. I'm like, don't do that. Oh, okay. Shit. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? So always let that little boy inside of you.
I saw something where you was talking about eating the paper, and then you like, you are everybody that ate the paper, and you had the candy.
Right. And that kind of shit there is just me, like, but it was a lot of people that was like, people was like, man, I was like, no, I ain't never ate paper. Until you showed me that, and I'm like, damn, I did eat paper.
Like, everybody that ate some paper up in this.
Everybody ate some paper on it. Now, like, there was some paper left on that mother. You ate it.
Oh yeah, I did want to ask you. So I want to always know this. Was y'all for the ever beef with Eminem, or did they get squashed behind the scenes? Or
Yeah, it got squashed behind the scenes. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. It was just, we was just young and in our testosterone, you know what I'm saying? He had said something and we addressed everybody.
we just everybody up in this
We
one.
addressed everybody. And the best part about us was that who we was on, the records that we had, and the presumption that they had about us. So you just still felt free saying whatever you want. And then me, I'm 6'5", so when I took a lot of pictures, go look at my page, some old pictures or so, whatever, I always spread my legs or I squatted down so I wouldn't look as tall as everybody in the group. So I would see people, rest in peace, DMX, I was confronting him. He was like, I ain't never said nothing about y'all. You know what I'm saying?
No,
He was like, I ain't never said nothing. He was like, I ain't never said nothing about y'all. I'm like, no, I'll leave from Lunatics. He was like, damn. Nah, I confronted Nas. I confronted everybody who had a problem with it. And the best part about being a Lunatics is that you come to the battle. What I like about us, and I always try to create, I'm giving out my secret, is I always create an image. I'm a prepster. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prep kid. I went to, you know what I'm saying? So it always brings you to the fight with your guards down. Oh, he easy work. He easy work. He easy work. When I've been, my daddy had me in the basement doing jazz like I was Floyd as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So and I'm so not easy work, but you ain't practiced because you going off my music, you going off this, you going off there, you going off the perception that I done presented to you, to where you walking up on me with your hands down talking tough. I didn't boot bop the shit out your motherfucking ass for even chump squeeze me. Don't pat me on my shoulder and squeeze me like that. I'm stealing you. I'm from the north side where we fought every day. I done been stolen my eye, I know what it feel like. I done stole people in the eye, I know what it feels like. So I'm not afraid of it.
Like,
I
what you
got a
think we
sister,
live
she
on
is
a farm? Be for real.
yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? So that's that about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So
nah, we just kept confronting everybody and everything, man. You got to, and Eminem was just a situation where he just got caught in a situation to where it was over. It was over. It wasn't like disrespecting them. We just left alone.
Okay. So my last question, when it is all said and done, when you are long gone from here, what is it that you want people to know about Ali?
I was a good man, a good father, a good husband. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, they gonna take it or they ain't. I already learned. They ain't. Some people want to understand and some don't. But a man is man. He meets all needs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a husband first, and I'm a father second. You know what I'm saying? My wife come before my kids. Me and her gonna be together longer than them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I got the manhood. I got that shit down pat. My father was a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He was in my life. You know what I'm saying? I got a responsibility to my brothers who didn't have their fathers to pass on what I learned. You know what I'm saying? My father was a psychologist too. So my mother's very intelligent. She graduated from high school at 15. You know what I'm saying? So I got a responsibility. So I'm gonna be a man first. I'm an honorable man. I got some. I fall victim sometimes, but I'm always gonna apologize. I say something stupid to Orlando Watson. You know what I'm saying? I go on my rant. You know what I'm saying? You're too emotional. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm always in my feelings. Everybody always in their feelings. Shit, I got to piss right now. That's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry a little bit. Are you thirsty? I'm tired. That's a feeling. Shit. I ain't gonna never stop that. I'm gonna be who I am. Yeah, that's what I want to be known for. Just being a good, hold on, let me decline that. Being a good man and being a good citizen, not a good person. Because a good person, there is no definition for it. I know pilots who think they're a good person is a mother who kill people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, for me, a good citizen has a definition. It's a law-abiding and follow the rules and regulation. And like I said on my page, be a good citizen and don't just sit and sin.
I like that bar.
Because if you do, they got a place there a citizen.
Look at that. I at least spin the bar triple. That was a triple of times right there.
Yes, and I'm not going there. Never going to pay attention. You can't give me that. I don't want you to keep your stove and your motherfucking your flour, your baking soda. I don't want none of that. I don't want it. You're never for me. I'm never a slave. So that was that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So let the people know you got anything coming up, anything you doing. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. The clothing line is Prep League. Got Prep League customs for shoes. Everything is Prep League right now. You know what I'm saying? And you see me, and right now I took a couple of years, moved to Georgia, and just enjoying time with my family. So now I'm just gonna continue to go harder with clothing because that ain't never the extension of art. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go further into doing art and literally paintings and stuff like that. And then just living life. I got, you know what I'm saying, keep my money, keep saving, just keep teaching the youth. Stay in the hat that I had for 10 years. I ain't trying to impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep a Benz, I'm gonna keep a Porsche, I'm gonna keep that, but you're gonna see it. I ain't gonna show it to you. I ain't gonna put my money on the ground in my house. I ain't gonna have no money at home. Fuck that. I ain't think this shit. I ain't never seen, shit just run up in the house. You got some money in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. I ain't finna stun in your face and all that shit. Hell nah. And they run up in my house. You know what I'm saying? So
do you ship your merchandise too?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't do a okay. I don't do a what you call it, where you have a company that does it for you.
Yeah.
I have someone who puts it together for me, but I bring it back to me. I ship it so I can get to the person. I don't outsource it. That's what they call it. I don't outsource it because it's not personal.
All right. Where can they find you at?
They find me on Instagram, Ali_Saint Lunatic. Okay. One word, Ali_ then it's Saint Lunatic. There you go. That's where you can find me at. Other than that, I'm on Facebook, but I never get on there no more. That's where all my arguments come in at.
Yeah, I done seen someone.
Yeah, I will, and that's my fault when I get on Facebook and it just get too much.
Yeah. Well, Ali, I want to thank you, man. I appreciate you doing this, this interview. I know you've been hella busy, and like you said, I've been patiently waiting.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your patience. Right. I'm gonna go watch this soccer game right now.
Yeah, I hope your daughter win, and I'll let you know when I post the article and everything too that I write up.
Man, I appreciate it so much. That's peace.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
All right, peace out.